Hey, it's Keith. Hey everybody, we're in the cabin now, the nudist Buddhist campground lodge, and well, I thought I'd tell you a little bit more. So when I was, I don't know, probably 14 or 15, I had very, very religious parents. I mean, they were so religious, it was crazy. And mom, remember mom, John? She didn't know the difference between religion and superstition. So you might step on a crack, go straight to hell. You know, I mean that's how bad she was, wasn't she, John? So yeah, I got caught doing a few things didn't go over very well. Like one Christmas, do you remember that, John? On Christmas, the church that they went to would always have this early service, really early in the morning. And then you'd go to that service, and then you got an hour off for some odd reason. And then you had regular church. And somehow I, once in a while, would get out of a little something. And that was one of the things I could get out of. I didn't have to go to that super early service. Well, it just so happened I had a girlfriend that I met in that church who came over and stayed the night. I had a music room in the back. My dad was great for doing that. Built me a little music room in the back. And we snuck her in there. And then, I don't know, I must have had the time wrong or something. I said, hey, they're in church. I got to go take a shower, start getting ready. It won't be long before they're back. And she's like, okay. And she's sitting back in the music room, sitting up against the door, and nothing but her underpants. And they came in while I was in the shower, and I didn't hear them. So Dad thinks, well, Keith was in the music room last night. He almost said a bad word. He goes in there and opens the door up, and there she is, sitting right across from that door. Well, being super religious, that was bad. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible, you know. But, yeah, that didn't go over too well. Well, then, later I had a girlfriend. She was the most beautiful girl in the world. And, Mom and Dad went to Florida, right? And they used to go to Florida and spend a couple weeks and come back. And they went over there, and I thought I still had plenty of time. I had the girl there, and we were in the living room doing it on the couch. And all of a sudden, I knew it was Mom and Dad. I heard Dad's keys come out of his pocket, and I knew the sound. Well, it's a house trailer, so when you run across the floor, you hear it. The outside, you hear it. Of course, there's two kids. Our clothes was in my bedroom. There's two kids running down the hallway, getting our clothes on as fast as we can, hoping we can get our clothes on before Dad's got the door unlocked. Of course, we got caught, and I was 17 at that point. And basically, that's why I left home at 17, because Dad gave me an ultimatum. You either get rid of that girl, because they blamed the girl. It wasn't the girl's fault, but that's how it is. You know, the parents always blame the other kid. So, get rid of that girl or get out of here. And I found, three or four paper grocery bags and packed them up best I could and said, see you later. I was 17. I didn't have nowhere to go. I had a minimum wage job. Didn't have enough money to pay rent or nothing. And that's where the fun started. And I don't know. I don't know if I'll get into that. Maybe next video. I don't know. But I lived in, I'll just tell you, I was going to go take pictures of all the places that still exist. I lived in a storage shed on Tuscarawas Avenue for a while. I lived in the back of my car on a place called Winding Stairs until I had a shotgun pointed to me, cocked and loaded, for me to get out of there. All we was doing was parking the car and sleeping in a little Chevy Chevette. Two of us sleeping, everything we could get in that car, and two of us sleeping in there. I'm telling you what, that's not very comfortable. and we did that, and then there was a backyard in town that I parked in and slept. Then we stepped up, and there was a porch I was allowed to come sleep on. It was a year. I'm telling you, it's cold in Ohio. Man, it is cold, and it was miserable. And I didn't have enough money to keep the motor running to keep the car warm. So, I mean, it took two of us to survive, you know. But, man, we did it. We did it. It was a year until I finally had an apartment. And things went from a little bit better to a whole lot worse. But we're going to keep this video short. And that's what I want to tell you. We're getting closer slowly to what this whole series is really about. So just hang on there. I hope you're enjoying my little stories. I don't know. Have you guys gone through stuff like that? Tell me about it. All right. We'll see y'all later. You guys have a good week.